Hi everyone, welcome to the video. This week, what we're going to do, since the 4th of July holiday is coming up, I decided we'd make a little bit of a patriotic knife scabbard. So here we go. We're going to get started by grooving the stitch. This also gives you a line to aim for your sewing machine, but it also has functional purpose. What it does is sinks the stitch line down below the leather to prevent wear from your stitches. Now we're just going to mark the borders real quick. This is, you'll see here in a second, this is where we're going to cut it with a swivel knife. It actually doesn't go all the way through the leather, it's just a hard border that's defined. There you go, you can see it only cuts very shallow. These are our first two lines for the flag. I'm going to take a set of dividers and I'm going to start building more stripes off of that line. I'm going to cut these two in and then build a couple more off of that. On that right hand side there's only room for just a little tiny line, but still stuck it there just to try to make it look right. Next I'm beveling around that border. What that's going to do, it's going to give the flag a look like it is inlaid into the leather. It's just a nice way to finish everything. So we're just going to go outside the border with that. I'm going to re-wet it. And I bought these tiny little star tools off of Amazon. So instead of trying to cut the little stars in, all I'm going to do is stamp them in. And you'll see that here in just a second. Here we go. And just a little whack and that lays the whole star right in there for you. I'm just eyeballing them, trying to get them as even as possible, staggering them. Got that done, now it's time for paint. I'm just using these acrylic paint markers. I find that they work real nice for getting into these tiny spots. I'm not really being too careful about keeping it within the lines on the stars. I'll just come back over it with the blue and that'll cover everything up. Make sure and get every little nook and cranny. Now it's time for the red. Now that we got it all painted and everything's dried, I'm going to go over it with some vegetable oil. That's going to darken everything up and also adds a little bit of life back into the leather. It'll make it last a lot longer when your leather's oiled. Then I'm going to go over it with an antique. I thought it would give the flag a kind of a nice look, you know, get into all those lines that we cut. Wipe it all off. Everything that's down in the cut stays. Now we're going to put it to the back piece of leather. So I'm just going to draw around it right quick. Next we're going to cut it out and then glue it. You'll see here in just a second. Alright, we got them stuck together. Now it's time to go over to the sewing machine. And when I was sewing this, I ran out of bobbin about 3/4 of the way through. And I loaded another one up and I forgot to hit the record again, so you get to see most of it being stitched up anyway. Right about here is when I noticed it, yeah. So take it on the machine. Now I'm just going to cut all the excess leather off the outside, clean up the edges, stick a knife in there, and it's ready to go. What I'm doing here is called burnishing the edges. And basically it's just sealing off the edge. It makes it look real nice too, gives it a finished look. But it's sealing off the edge for all the water protection. And here we go, we're just gonna stuff it in there to fit it. It's wet right now, the backside is anyway. And I'm just gonna mash it down in there. And then kind of roll those parts back so that it slides onto the belt easy. Form it a little bit. But there we go, there's the finished product. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Please subscribe and hit that little bell, and then you can get notifications on your phone whenever there's a new video. I appreciate it. Thank you.